1,200 children that were sexually trafficked, beaten, raped, and even killed in some cases. We are going to make sure that the guilty are held accountable for what they have done. And make no mistake about it, Donald Trump is helping. I really believe that he's helping Democrats right now win because he is so far gone. And the problem is that the Republicans that normally enable Donald Trump don't know how to find an escape ramp. They don't know how. They have to continue pushing Donald Trump. When everybody is seeing Donald Trump spew garbage and lies, and everybody's starting to wake up. Folks, I'm going to tell you that MAGA is lost. They refuse to change their channel off of Fox News, even though we all know Fox News spews garbage and lies. But there are a lot of Republicans that are saying, we're done. We're done. When I'm going around and I'm campaigning as a Democrat, I don't just look at people and say, I want your vote. I look at everybody and say, are there any Republicans here? Because I want to represent you too. Because Republicans deserve to have representation. We may not agree politically, but that doesn't mean that they don't deserve for me to stand in front of them. If I win this, I plan on doing town halls every time I come back from Washington, D.C. And what that means is I invite Republicans. And if I show up to a town hall to receive scorn because somebody thinks I'm not doing my job, they deserve the right to look me in the eyes and tell me that they don't agree with what I'm doing or they think I'm failing in that job, because that's what it's supposed to be. When you represent people, you also have to have the courage to stand in front of them. And my opponent, Richard Hudson, lacks that courage. As a matter of fact, he was the guy that told everybody, stop the town halls, because they got nothing good to say to the people. And people are recognizing this and people are waking up. And like I said, I may not be able to convince MAGA to support Richard Ojeda, but there are plenty of Republicans that know that Donald Trump does not represent them. And they absolutely have no love when it comes to J.D. Vance. So I'm going to tell you, folks, we're on a path. And I do believe that people are waking up. And I believe that when this is over with, I believe we are going to take our country back. And then it's going to take us at least 2 to 4 years to right the wrongs. And we have to work quick. That's why I tell people on day one, I want to start signing onto legislation because we don't have time to drag our feet. Remember the big, horrible bill that my opponent absolutely posts all the time about? Remember that there are things on the big, horrible bill that's going to start taking place around December that's going to be taking people's capabilities away. People that are used to receiving certain benefits, they're going to lose those benefits. And a lot of them that are Republican, that are MAGA, they don't even realize that. They're not even smart enough to realize that. They think that this is going to be a great thing for them. But once they start losing their health care and they start realizing, whoa, hold on, this isn't what I voted for. And remember, a lot of these Republicans are saying that right now. We didn't vote for this. And that's why I am inviting them. Anytime that you see Richard Ojeda having an event in the 9th Congressional District and you're a Republican, please come to the event. I have no problems having conversations with you folks because, once again, I'm running to be your representation. And if I win, we may not agree. I may not push the things that you want to push, but it doesn't mean that we can't have a conversation because maybe you have an idea that I believe deserves legislation, which is one of the things that I'm doing when we do these events. I want people to be given a piece of paper and an ink pen. And I tell them, write down a couple good ideas, drop them in a box. Don't put your name on it. Don't put your political party. I just want to go through that box and look for good ideas. And when I see a good idea that deserves legislation, I will put legislation behind that good idea because that's what right looks like. And once again, that may be what people that are Republicans want done. There we go. I'm just willing to listen. I'm willing to create a bridge because we cannot continue going down We cannot continue going down this path where it is always not necessarily Republicans and Democrats that don't see eye to eye. Right now, we're going down a path with a political party, the top of the political party, that's literally trying to push, like literally violence. When Mike Johnson and Marco Rubio get in front of a camera and say that the enemy is the Democrats, you're literally trying to put people against each other and do it in a way where violence could take place. That's not the way that we move forward. If we are to survive as a nation, we've got to understand that we may have differences of opinion, but we settle that at the ballot box. What I am seeing from Marco Rubio and from Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, I am seeing them pushing hatred. And that's not what's right, folks. That's not what's right. They're mad because they know that their party, the Republican Party, has not pushed any legislation that is benefiting the people. The big, horrible bill is not benefiting you, the average Republican out here. The big, horrible bill is benefiting only the rich and the friggin' multi-rich. That's who are being benefited. The rich and the corporations, those are the ones that are making out with the big, horrible bill. But the average Republican out there is being left behind. You are being left behind, and you deserve representation. Once again, doesn't mean I'm going to push what you want me to push. But we will have conversations, and maybe you do have ideas that deserve to get legislation. And I just want you to know I'm willing to listen to you for that. You're not going to get that from Richard Hudson because he don't even show up. And if he does show up, he's not showing up to speak to the average person. He's showing up to sit at events where people are giving him $10,000 a plate because that's the kind of guy that he is. So the ICE thug who literally just killed a man in Maine